Hey everybody, it's Liz, and today I'm coming at you with some more Halloween projects. These projects are focusing on using the dies that you already have on hand, of course in your stash. I've been, the last couple of videos that I did, I shared with you different ideas on how to incorporate dies that you already have and to turn them into Halloween project ideas. So today the focus on the dies is actually on Christmas dies. Who says you can only use Christmas dies during Christmas, right? So I decided to come up with ways to incorporate my Christmas dies for Halloween. So I'm really excited to share with you the product ideas and little fun embellishments that I came up with, and hopefully I'll inspire you to look at your dies in different ways. Especially, those Christmas dies. I think we invest so much money in, the holiday dies and seasonal dies, and I feel like you can only use them once a year, or so we think. So, definitely get your money's worth and use them as much as you can throughout the year. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to share with you is a couple of cards, and then I'll move on to some other projects. So I created this really fun Halloween card, and I think it turned out just amazing. I absolutely love it. It is a 6x6 card, so it's a pretty big one. The reason being is because my die was so big, and I definitely wanted that to be the focal point. And of course I definitely wanted some other elements in the background, so that's why it's big. But I like to make this size card. I think they're a lot of fun. So I started off with a black cardstock base, and I layered pieces of patterned paper on top of one another, and of course there's some foam tape in between to give it a lot of dimension. And let me share with you the paper pad that I used in case you're interested. This one's an older one, and I've had this for a long time. It is Haunted Hollows by Teresa Collins, and I believe My Mind's Eye made one just like this as well, and I think they came out around the same time. So I don't know if My Mind's Eye owns like Teresa Collins or vice versa, but it was like the exact same paper pad. It's kind of weird, but this is really fun. Traditional Halloween colors, orange, white. This white isn't so white though; it's more like a cream color, and then the black, of course. So it's really just great colors to work with. And so once I layered all of my pieces that I wanted, I knew I wanted a focal point, so of course it's going to be my Christmas tree, or Halloween tree if you will. And just look at it, I think it turned out amazing. I have two Halloween trees. One's a big one, and it's going to go in my my entryway, and then I have a small tabletop one, and I love bringing them out every Halloween and decorating them. They're so fun. So I decided, why not make a card using a Christmas tree die to make a Halloween tree. So this is the die that I used. Let's see if I have the name of it. Here we go. So it's by Sizzix, and it's the Tree Christmas with Star and Stand. So really fun die. As you can see, let me see if you can see the details. But it comes with the tree, of course, the star, and the base. Where is it? It's down here. I know it's hard to tell from these dies, because they're so dark, but that's what I did. So I cut it out using some black cardstock, and then because I wanted it to have a more spooky feel, like to have all these little branches kind of, coming in from the sides or coming out from the sides, I used another Christmas die. And this one here is by Tim Holtz, and it is the Sizzix, I believe this is the Mini Holiday Greens. I couldn't find the name anywhere on here, but I do remember it from when I purchased it. I believe that's what it's called, Mini Holiday Greens. Usually it's like on the back, but I didn't see it at all. So this one is so fun. I used these, this die here, and then parts of this. So like I cut little pieces off, and I wanted that look, where it has like those creepy branches, and it just makes the Christmas tree look just fuller, you know what I mean? So I glued those on there, and then I went ahead and decorated it using other Christmas dies. The other one, like you see this garland here with the silver glitter, this is really fun. I used another Christmas die for my stash, also by Tim Holtz. It is the Tim Holtz Alterations, and this is, the print is super small, you guys, but it is the Holly, let me see, it is Holly Beaded and Snowflake Garland. Okay, I'm sorry this isn't focusing, it's just really tiny little print. But it's one of these, the, what are these called? Can't think of the name. But you guys know what I'm talking about, the really long one. So I used the garland. I used glitter cardstock to cut it out so that I can, have a bunch of glitter and it'll just be fun. And I used it as a garland. I cut it into pieces and put it over the tree. And then I have these little itty bitty ornaments, if you will, and these are from a stamp set that I have in my stash. I should have brought it out here, but I didn't. I got it at Michael's maybe a year ago, and it came with the die set. So I stamped onto some orange cardstock, or not orange cardstock, but the printed paper, and then I die cut the little pumpkins, and then I just have them hanging on there, almost like on the garland. So if they were like, you know, just hanging ornaments. And then these little witch ornaments are the same thing. I just use that same pumpkin die, but cut out the little witches. And those are from the Teresa Collins paper pad that I just shared with you. It's, let me see if I can find the page so you can see. There it is, perfect. So it was these little pumpkins, or not pumpkins, I'm sorry, these little Halloween frames with the little witches in the center. So I just, you know, placed the die right in the middle so that I could get most of the witch and cut out the little pumpkin shape. So it's really cute. And of course, everything is inked with black soot. Can't go wrong with my black soot. I love it. It gets a lot of use this time of year. And then if you can see in the background, I also have bats. These are black glitter cardstock bats. And I used one of my little dies to cut those off, and then, or to cut them up, I'm sorry. Then again, everything is foamed. It's got pieces of foam under there to give it dimension. The background that you see here, this stamp, is from the Tim Holtz, one of the alterations die. Postage stamp, I think it's what it's called. And it doesn't have the middle part cut out, so you do have to cut that out yourself. I am fortunate enough to have the squares, movers and shapers, rectangles, I'm sorry, and I used that in the center to cut out my shape, and then of course just backed it with some more pattern paper. Here's a really cool cat that I got. This is also from the Tim Holtz Halloween. It's the new one with the witch, and I loved it, and I just have them, you know, sort of facing the tree. I just love the shape of this cat. And of course, as you can see, most of my dies are Tim Holtz. I love Tim Holtz stuff. And then this is just a chipboard piece from the same Haunted Hollows collection. It's a chipboard sticker, and I just, you know, took it off and inked it with black soot, and have some foam tape to give it dimension right here on the top, and it just says haunted. So this turned out really cool, you guys, for being, you know, a Christmas tree, and I turned it into a Halloween tree. I think it turned out amazing. Here's the star on the top, and basically I just cut it out using orange cardstock and placed one of those rhinestones in the middle, and it turned out so cute. I love it. And then it just opens up, and then here I have some pattern paper. I can write my message on white cardstock and then cut it out and place it here in the middle, or in the center of that, and it's perfect. So that's my first project. And then I have a second card where I also used Christmas dies to create a Halloween project. And this is it right here, and I think it turned out really cute as well. This one is simpler. I wanted it to give it a look like it's a wreath just hanging on a door. That's why I picked this wood grain background. And this is just from one of the paper stacks I have in my stash. Any wood grain will do, you know what I mean? So I know there's plenty of paper pads that have them in there. So this is, let me see, it's 4 1/4 by 6 card, or 4 1/4 by 6. And I cut out some orange cardstock for the background, and I matted it on there, and then this is just that piece of the wood grain paper. I did some splattering with my Distress ink, and there's just a little bit going on, just for a little more detail. I thought it was just too bare. And then I just created this really cool wreath, as if it was, you know, right over the door. And the die that I used is also a Tim Holtz. Surprise there, right? But this is the die right here. Let's see, where's the name? It is the Holiday Wreath by Tim Holtz for Sizzix. And it is such a fun die. I just got it on eBay for like $8. And, you know, of course, the purpose for getting it was to use it for Christmas. But I was like, you know what, why wait? I can definitely use it for Halloween. And so I made this really cool wreath. I cut out the black cardstock, and then I also cut out a piece of foam, black foam, so that I can layer it and you wouldn't be able to see it. And it kind of gives it a little more dimension. And of course, I did it so that it wouldn't be completely behind the cardstock piece, a little bit off center. So it just looks so cool. And this it didn't come with it, but I have it already. It's a coordinating embossing folder for the wreath. So I ran it through my Sizzix, and you can see the detail that it embossed on there to give it a more realistic look. It turned out amazing. I love it. And then I have these cute little skulls and crossbones that I have from, this is actually a punch by Martha Stewart. It's like a long punch, and I cut out each individual skull and placed it on there. And then I also have more of those bats that I shared with you on that Christmas tree, the black glittered bats. I have them on there as well. And then I added these tiny little rhinestones that I have in my stash. They are actually from the Teresa Collins Haunted Hollows collection. When this collection came out, I purchased almost every embellishment and paper that came with it because I just loved it so much. In the back, you see that spider web? That is from the Magnolia Doohickey. I cannot even remember the volumes, you guys, so I'm so sorry, but it was like the Harvest one. And I cut that out of vellum and basically adhered it to the back of the wreath to give it that look, and just kind of looks like there's a, you know, like a spider web in the back. So it looks really cool, and I love that it's vellum. And then here's the bow. This is the same bow that's in the wreath die. I cut out using some orange glittered cardstock, and it looks beautiful. I layered both pieces on top of each other, and then I added a rhinestone to the middle of the bow, and it just looks amazing. I love it. And down here, just a really simple sentiment. It's from one of my stamps from my stash, and I used white embossing powder to heat emboss that, or heat set it. And it just says spooky, and it's just perfect. It is so just simple but cute, you know what I mean? It's got just enough detail on the wreath, and it's just perfect. I love it. This is going to be so fun. I'm going to definitely, you know, hopefully the person who gets this will love it, but I love it. The simplicity of it is what I really like, because everything is just focused right here in the middle. So really, really great way to use that Christmas tree wreath die for Halloween. Why not, right? I mean, we make wreaths now for almost every holiday, so definitely bring it out and use it in your projects. And you know, these dies that I'm sharing with you, these projects do not have to be made using those dies, because we all have these basic dies, I think, for the most part. If we celebrate Christmas, you know what I mean? We all have a Christmas tree die, we all have wreaths, stockings, all that good stuff. So you don't have to use the same dies that I'm using. Definitely use what you have in your stash and incorporate it into just changing up the colors and the details will make it totally Halloween. So this next project was really fun, and I had a blast making these. I wanted to go for more an elegant look, and they turned out so beautiful, you guys. I made some ornaments, and these are going to be for my the Christmas tree that I was telling you I was going to have in my entryway. I only made 3 so far, but of course I'm going to make a lot more. But I wanted to share this video with you so that you can get some ideas. Halloween is quickly approaching, so definitely, you know, let's get our craft on, right? So this die is a Sizzix die, and it's not Tim Holtz, believe it or not. It's just regular Sizzix, and it is called Ornaments number 2. I'm sorry, it's not focusing, but I mean it. It says Ornaments number 2. So, and this is really fun too, you guys. There's plenty of pieces on here, and you can definitely paper piece the ornaments, and it just turns out so beautiful. And of course, definitely use glitter. It just gives it such a really cool look. And so these are the ornaments, the Halloween ornaments that I came up with, and they're beautiful. I absolutely love them. This year I'm doing like black and gold and white and maybe a few touches of orange. I'm not sure if I'm going to add the orange, but that's going to be my entryway. So that's why I wanted these to go with some of the decorations that I already have on hand. The paper pad is this one here by my Recollections. It's from either last year or the year before. I cannot remember for certain. But it was a beautiful black and gold Halloween collection. The papers are just beautiful, and it's actually my first time using it. I bought it I think right after not Christmas, but Halloween, and I just didn't get a chance to use it, so I definitely had to use it. And it's just so elegant and beautiful, sort of spooky too, you know what I mean, but definitely has that aura of elegance. So I cut out the pieces, you know, using different pattern papers and of course glitter cardstock, and then also the metallic or gold foil paper from, I think I got this from Hobby Lobby, and it's just really fun little details. And you know, everything is layered with foam, of course, to give it dimension. And then these amazing skulls I picked up from Michael's, excuse me, from, let's see, these are Jolie's stickers, and they are just so beautiful. And I got them at the same time I picked up that paper pad because I thought they were just perfect together. And just look at all the little details, right? They're so pretty. I love them, and I thought they would just be perfect for these ornaments right in the center. So look how beautiful. All that's left to do is I can either like make you know, put some twine through here, or add a bow, or I could even just use those little Christmas tree what are those things called? You know, the little wire that you use to hang your Christmas tree ornaments. I can't remember, I don't know the name, but I think you guys know what I'm talking about. And then it would just be perfect on my tree, my Halloween tree. And then here's another version of it using a different sticker here. These are so cute too. They're also by Jolie's, and these are some really cool pumpkins with Halloween images on them. Just beautiful, and I thought that would just go really well in the center here. And this one I sort of reversed it, so I have like gold glitter and then the black part here, and then again just different pieces from the paper collection, and they're just so pretty. I'm in love with the way that these turned out. They turned out a lot like, you know, I knew they were going to be pretty, but I was like, oh my gosh, I think it's the gold, you know what I mean? It really just makes them so elegant and beautiful. And then here's the other one. And this is, I just used one of the other skulls, and it's just so beautiful. I love it. Hopefully you guys, you know, get inspired and make your own Halloween ornaments. I mean, they're so fun. I really had a lot of fun making these, and it was such a simple project. You know, it's just all I needed was dye, you know, that dye set, and cut out some pieces and put them together. So, all right, I've got another one for you, and this one was super fun too, you guys. Look at this. Aren't these adorable? I love these. These turned out so cute. So, like I was saying earlier, I mean, we have stocking dyes, we have wreath dyes, we have ornament dyes, you know what I mean? Definitely bust them out for Halloween and use them in different ways. It's just so fun because it's challenging yourself to use what you have on hand, of course. You know, don't go out and purchase new stuff, you know what I mean? But definitely just change up the colors, change up the embellishments, and it's like a whole new look. And I'm in love with these stockings. I think they turned out so cute. And, oh my gosh, I just can't say enough. They're so cute. So what I did here is I did cut it out from black cardstock first because I did want a base for them. I wanted these to be nice and sturdy. And then this paper collection is from, let me see, where is it? Here it is. And I think you guys are all seeing this at Tuesday morning right now. That's where I picked it up. It is Trick or Treat by Pebbles. And it is such a fun collection, you guys. I'm so excited that I found this because I had the embellishments for this collection. And I didn't have any of the papers. So when I came across this, I was like, oh my gosh, yes. And now I regret not getting a second pad. But it is just such a fun collection, really bright, fun. And I think it's perfect for kids' projects. So this one I wanted to be more, you know, sort of silly and cutesy and stuff. So that's what I used for this particular project. So with this first stocking, once I cut out the pattern paper and adhered it to the black cardstock, I cut out these pieces using just black cardstock, and I used my embossing folder. It's also by Tim Holtz, and this is the spider web. And I embossed the pieces to give it more texture and dimension, of course, and added it to the stocking. And then here you could see the top. So cute. And I wanted the stockings to look like they were full with candies and goodies, but I didn't have any candy dye. So of course I did use my silhouette to cut out, you know, some little candy pieces. Now this candy cane is the same. It comes with this stocking die, so it's all in one die. I cut it out using orange cardstock and then cut it out using black cardstock, and then just simply cut out the little pieces to layer over these to give them the look of the, you know, the black stripes. And then the silhouette file for these, if you want it, you know, just leave me a comment. I'll definitely share it. I don't mind. But it's basically like it's a bunch of Halloween candy, and I thought the candy corn and this cute little wrapped candy would be perfect. So of course I shrank them down, made them the size that I needed, cut it out using cardstock pieces, and I have them tucked inside the little stocking. So cute. I love it. And then I just made this little bow using some ribbon for my stash, and I topped it off with this little center. It's like this little bling that I had also in my stash. So nothing is new here. I didn't purchase anything. Everything that you see I've already had. So I didn't have to buy anything new. So that was really cool. And then here I just did like this little fishtail banner using some scraps from the paper pad. And this is also one of the Spellbinders labels die that I used to cut this little sentiment out. It's a page in here that has a bunch of them. Let me see if I can find it. Really, oh, here it is, right here, right at the top. So these, I thought these were really cute, you know, and I got the die, and I picked some that would fit perfectly within that little frame, and they're so cute. So this one just says Trick or Treat, and then I topped it off with this cute little ghost. And again, I think everybody's picking these up from Tuesday morning. I bought mine from Marshalls, and I think I already shared this with you because I used it in a previous project, but see, I'm loving using these little puffy stickers. They're so adorable, and they match perfectly with that collection because they're also by Pebbles. So cute. I love it. And this would be perfect as a little tag because you can definitely write a message on the back, or, you know, just put it on like a gift bag or a gift or anything. I mean, they're just perfect. You can even add this to a card, you know, the front of a card, and it would just be amazing. So I had a lot of fun making these little stockings too. So that's the first one, and I made a couple more. Here's another one. Look how cute. I love them. They turned out so pretty. This one's basically the same as that. The only real difference is that here for the little accents on the stocking, I actually used flocked paper. It's black flocked paper. And I don't remember where I got a sheet, but I still had plenty of it from previous years. I've had it in my stash forever. But I like how it feels. You know, it's got that velvety texture, and it is so cute, and it's just so black, you know, like it's just stark black, and so I love that. And then, you know, I just used that little ghost again, cut out my little sentiment and my little fishtail banner, and then here you can see the candy. So cute. I absolutely love them. These turned out so cute, and they were so fun to make. And then I also made a third. I like to make things in threes. I don't know why, but I do. And then this one's adorable too. I love this one with the stripes. I knew I had to do one that had stripes. You know, it reminds me like of a witch stocking or something. So really cute. And again, this one has that flocked paper and on all the little accent pieces. And then over here, let me see if it'll focus. I'm sorry about that. On this one, I have the little spider. I just thought it was adorable because it kind of goes with that little spider that's hanging off the tree. So cute. Here's all that candy. This time I made a purple candy cane. There's a lot more purple in this paper, so I definitely wanted to use more purple. And then my little bow and my little bling center. So cute. These were so fun, you guys, seriously, because I mean, it's like just a fun way to use up stuff, but you have it already, so let's finish using it up. And then I have just one last one. I know I have a lot of ideas because once I get started, I'm on a roll, you know what I mean? I'm like, I just got to keep going, find different ways to use them. This one is not, it's basically just something that I was trying out, and this is not a die, but I made a bunch of candy, like Halloween candy. When I was working on these stockings, I was looking for a cutting file that had like small candy that I could, you know, use in here. And when I cut these out, I thought I had sized them properly, but I didn't. They were huge. And so rather than having them go to waste, because I tried them like 3 different times, I'm like, oh my gosh, I could totally use these for other projects. So I decided to kind of embellish them, and they turned out so cute. So these are basically, it's a Christmas cutting file from your Silhouette Cameo. It is for peppermints. And I thought, oh my gosh, change the color and I've got Halloween candy, right? So, I mean, again, if you don't have those Christmas dies, if you have the Silhouette Cameo or even a Cricut, you can probably cut these shapes out and just change up the colors. So I made these cute little candies, and for these, you know, it does cut out that whole piece, but what I wanted to do was cut out these little pieces of crepe paper, just your regular, you know, streamers. I cut a little piece of paper and I gathered it together and then glued it down here on the ends, and to make it look like a candy wrapper, give it a more realistic look. And then once I adhered the center, I went ahead and dabbed a little bit of glue on the edges and then sprinkled it with silver fine glitter, and I think they're so cute. I love them. So I have several of them in different colors and of course different sizes, because I said I was trying to find just the right size to fit into the stocking, and I messed up several times. So that's why I have so many, but I think these are perfect because I could totally use them in other projects. So this one I added a skull because unfortunately I got glue right in the center, and when I dabbed it, it kind of, I don't know, I didn't like the way it looked. It left like a mark. So sorry, throat is getting dry, but oh my gosh, they're just so cute. Look at these. And then some I just left just the way they were. See? So, and again, this is just a little peppermint, Christmas peppermint file from my Silhouette. So fun. Excuse me. I've been talking too much. So, and that's it. So fun. As you can see, I've been busy because once I get started, I'm on a roll. So you guys, these were so fun to make. I hope you enjoyed the projects. that I shared today, and most importantly, I hope that I've inspired you to bust out those Christmas dies 2 months ahead of time, but let's use them, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave me a comment, and of course, if you have any questions about anything here, let me know down below and I'll be sure to answer you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be seeing you real soon.